Hi everybody, it's Mikey from Usually Broken Cars. So today you join me, I decided yet again to buy another car. I know, surprise, right? So this time it is a Saab 9.3. Now you might be wondering, why have I bought a Saab 9.3? It was cheap. I couldn't help myself. The owner was offered a huge £300 trade-in from Volvo, and I thought, I've known the car for years. The car has been coming to the garage that I work at for years. We've looked at it for the whole entirety of the customer's ownership. And he's had it from essentially new. It was an ex-demo, so it was used to show people the car and stuff. But prior to that, nobody owned it. So it's a one-owner car from new. It's a high miler. It's 170,000 miles on it, but it's got full service history, and the customer never ever scrimped on it. It's a beautiful car. Let's go and have a look around it and see why I purchased this cheap Saab. One of the first reasons that I wanted this car is it looks fantastic. For a car that is now a 24-year-old design, I think it was initially launched 2001, I think it looks great. I think it looks really smart. You know, it's a really tidy looking car. It's got, I think it's aged really well. Now, this is the facelifted version. Let me know in the comments below. I can't remember what year they facelifted them. I think it was about 04, 05, something like that. So this particular one, obviously an estate. Now, I'm a sucker for an estate. I love an estate car. I think they look fantastic. This one is in sort of a champagne-y colour. Again, let me know. I believe that these vehicles were built on the, I think it's the Ypsilon platform. So over in America, they were Chevrolet Malibus. They were also Vauxhall Vectras in the UK and Europe. But I think what I like about the Saab is that it was the, I think it was the smart man's, shall we say, the smart man's Vauxhall, or whatever you want to call it. Now this one in particular is a 2-litre petrol. Now I know you're going to go, hang on a minute, I'm sure I just saw a badge on the back that said 1.8. 1.8 turbo. I don't understand why that's on there. Now I know the previous owner would not have put that on there. So what's interesting to me is that it's got a 1.8 turbo badge, but it's a 2-litre. Logbook says 2-litre. The internet says it's a 2-litre. When you do a vehicle check, it says 2-litre. So yeah, if you know why that there says 1.8 turbo, let me know. Another reason for me purchasing this vehicle, apart from the fact it's got a lovely big boot on it, was it's got a full service history. Now, I know I said to you guys that we've been looking after it from new, and this is the sort of thing that excites me. So there's some really cool bits of paper in here. So this is the original order form. So these were the ex-demos across the country at the time when the previous owner was looking at the vehicle, and he picked it up for a huge £7,000 for a brand new, or essentially an ex-demonstrator car. 7 grand back in 2009. So this car was about 18 months old when he got it. We've got the EU certificate of conformity, like battery tests and stuff. I've worked out in this, there is over 10 grand of maintenance. The customer always put premium tyres on the vehicle. And this, I don't know if the previous owner, Malcolm, ever knew about this, but this is really cool. This was inside the owner's book. If I can get it out. Look at that, how cool is that? An old Saab keyring. But that was inside that owner's pack. So, I don't know if Malcolm knew it was in there, but it's mine now. Another reason why I wanted this car is it is so tidy and been well looked after. Inside, it's lovely and clean. The floor mats still look lovely and clean. The back, I mean, again, I know Malcolm uses to ferry his kids around in it, but my word, it is so tidy. And roof bars. But it's, yeah, I'm so pleased with the condition of this vehicle. Need to lubricate the door a bit, but that's nothing that we can't do. And give the leather a clean. The one thing I will say I have noticed, and Malcolm might well have not noticed this, but because I'm a big fat fatty and Malcolm was quite a petite guy, this seat has worn a bit underneath. So the 170,000 miles has taken its toll on the seat. But other than that, inside it's lovely. So we'll have a quick look at some of the quirks and features of the interior. If you're enjoying watching this video, there's a few things that you can do to help me out. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, and hit the notifications icon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Now, back to the video. So just to reiterate how nice it is inside, it's aged really well. There's a couple of little bits of trim, so there's a little bit of trim missing up there, which I found in the glove box, so that's going to need to be put back on. And just down the side of the seat, I don't know if you can see it, down the side of the handbrake's popped off. But centre keyhole, which is really cool. One of the coolest features on this car, one of the coolest features on this car is night panel. You push it, everything goes dark, which is really cool. And when you're driving along, it turns everything off except from the speedo, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, that apparently harks back to the days of them making planes. It's a 5-speed manual car. I don't know if they did a 6-speed, they probably did. I'd like to have been an auto. So we've got Bluetooth telephony, obviously radio controls, and we've got cruise control, which is always nice. Another cool feature, the cup holder. Look at that. That's great, isn't it? And I've noticed it's got one here in the rear too. Look at that. So, looking under the bonnet, you can see a lot of people might recognise this engine as this is a GM Vauxhall engine. So this is the same engine that you get in an Astra GSI of the time. So quite a sporty engine. Now this is a detuned one, so these only made 150 horsepower, but you could get these with up to 280 horsepower in these, which would have been mentally quick. But nice and tidy under here. Again, the owner has always looked after it really well. It's a timing chain engine, so you don't have to worry about a belt. Doesn't make any rattle on startup. Again, I'm going to put that down to the religious servicing. It looks like the washers have maybe been leaking at some point, but there is a guy that will map these to 220 brake off of the factory ECU, and he does it for like 100 quid, which is mega. The previous owner of the vehicle religiously fitted premium tyres. These have done about 100 miles, I think, something silly like that. Now, going back to the Vauxhall Ypsilon platform, this suspension is shared with the Vauxhall Vectra. The brakes are shared with the Vauxhall Vectra. So, you know, we could potentially look at putting some coilovers and bigger brakes off of a Vauxhall or something on here. I've just noticed that little red line at the bottom there, but I think most of that will polish out. And there's a tiny little bit of rust there, but it is tiny. Underneath the car. Now, on its last MOT, we did advise a bit of an oil leak. Nothing too untoward. The engine round the front looks pretty dry. I think we might have a little bit of a coolant leak as well, so we might have to keep our eye on that. Let's not tell the wife about that. But yeah, otherwise, she's looking pretty good. I would imagine that coolant leak, looking at that, is from the turbo maybe? I'm not sure. Underneath, she's absolutely clean and solid. Look at that. The chassis is fantastic. Those seals look great. The jacking pads are still there. Looks really good. So the arms, a little bit of surface corrosion on them. And I did notice when driving it, there was a bit of a knock from one of the suspension bushes. Not sure where it's coming from, but these have rose joints on them, so it might be one of those. But underneath looks nice and clean as well. So maybe a little coolant leak we've got to address. But other than that, she's looking good. This is literally the worst bit of damage on the vehicle. It's just some lack of peel, so that'll be going to Ross and Luke at Howard Brothers. So, £650 Saab 9.3. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I make a good buy? Was it worth it? Or should we say goodbye to the Saab 9.3? You know, 650 quid's not a lot of money, and that's a lot of car. We're going to take it round Wales. Me and my wife are going to go for a drive. We're going to go and see our sister over in Wales. And yeah, hopefully we can put some miles on it and enjoy it. Let me know what you think we should do to the car. Should we slam it on some coilovers? Maybe a big set of 20s and, you know, go down the stance route? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next episode. Bye.